Hello, I am Barbara Maiocchi and I am CEO and co-founder of Livetrend. Livetrend is a digital solution providing data-driven trend analysis and competitive intelligence. We rely on new technology as big data and artificial intelligence to forecast the trend with the highest accuracy and help our client to capitalize on the right products and rationalize their collection to produce more bestsellers and less unsold goods. We rely on a technology that collects, classify, and visualize millions of information grabbed online in several influential sources today, as the fashion show, e-commerce, Instagram, and today we are able to transform all this data into reliable and actionable insights for your client. So today we have developed algorithms that are able to collect those information online, and we are able to analyze 1040 fashion attributes today from more than 4,000 international brands. And we have a fashion team that daily receive all this data and this information and are able to create fashion reports for our clients and in our platform. We analyze the market to really benchmark all the market and the competitors, and we do it customized for our clients. So each client has got a personalized platform where they can benchmark their competitor. They have a tool where they can follow all the updates of the trend on social media and also in the fashion show with our analytic methodology that it's really based on data and objective, tangible, concrete information that are talking about trends. Our platform is an all-in-one platform where there are several tools allowing different teams working together. So usually in our platform, we onboard designers, merchandisers, buyers, e-commerce. So we have really all the value chain of the product connected to Livetrend, where they can find a trend feed that it's like a trend book, but it's always up to date because it relies on all our data that we collect into the web and coming from, of course, Instagram fashion show market. And so we do trend analysis, market analysis, and all the recommendation we can give you about trends are inside this tool. Then we have what we call the analytics, and this tool is made for each client. So you decide which is the market and which are the competitor you want Livetrend to monitor for you. So we have automatized all the tasks that you manually do for your benchmark in one tool, and you just have to click to see what's happening in your market now about product range, color, prices, discounts, and everything you need to know is there. And we have third tool that, of course, we have a lot of images that we grab online. And so this is like a product library where you can find all the images of the product you're looking for. And you can easily filter them with filters that are about category, about color, about patterns, for example. So it's very easy to use. Just to recap, so with Livetrend, you get trends and market right. You use the tool not just to organize your collection, but also to capitalize on the right trend. So you can improve your collection plan and your pricing strategy with our competitive intelligence. You can get the perfect collection orientation with our AI trend detection. So you can make the right decision based on objective data. So our forecasts are really accurate and are made on regular basis, avoiding time-consuming and manual research and manual tasks. In 1 year, our clients have increased their turnover by average 24%. So we have numbers to tell you how efficient is a tool like Livetrend. And lastly, we have this new service about generative AI because we can transform our million of data coming from the web in concrete images of the future bestseller, fusing the right set of data of increasing trend and creating new images of product that can help you to visualize future product, future bestsellers for you, and also helping you to communicate internally your vision of the next coming trend for the season, or maybe sending to your client to test if the product can meet your consumer needs, or using them for social media. So there are really a lot of, way to test this new generative AI. And we are there to help you because this technology is not the future, it's now, it's the present. And of course, if you want to be ahead of the market and your competition, you can rely on Livetrend to push the boundary of technology and help you to really focus on the next bestseller in your market. And then let's have a quick look of our platform and our tool. So this is the trend feed. So this is the tool that designer use to focus on the right trend. They can select a target. So we work for women's wear, menswear, and kidswear. They can also select a season because we monitor today to anticipate tomorrow. So we have trending now. So we have this trend that's going now at the moment. So usually merchandiser, visual merchandiser, e-commerce merchandiser are very keen to have this information because they can react quickly. And for merchant buyers and designers, we have also the forecasting on 6 months, 1 year, and 18 months in advance. And so they can look at the trends based by season, or they can go by keywords. So they can, for example, look for accessories because we know that designer usually work by category. So they can look for dresses, for example. So they just need to filter so they can see all the reports that are talking about dresses in the trend feed. Just for you to know, we produce average 2 reports per day. So of course these reports talk about different category, different things like color, like macro trends, specific category. And so of course there's a lot of information, but each client decide which kind of information they want to see, and all the trend feeds are personalized for our clients. So behind all those beautiful images, there are different reports made by our experts, and they are based on data coming, for example, here on Instagram, but they are other report coming from the data from the market or from the fashion show. And so as you can see here, there are all the information you need to drive your collection in the right direction, knowing which are the manifested trend, the more commercial, to the hottest trend to test, of course, in small quantity. And you have all this trend baked with data, so you can understand why Livetrend experts choose this trend, choose those images to show you which are the next upcoming trends. And of course, for example, we are still in the dress filter, but you can see, for example, how we work different topics. And let me show you something maybe different, talking about maybe the market or maybe the forecast. For example, here we have what we call the retail radar. So our retail radar are coming from the e-commerce data. As you can see here, our expert works on the collection to really find the right product. So all our trends are drilled down to categories. So we start from macro trend, from macro color, but each trend is really drilled down to the category because we are really product driven, as you can see. So you really have the shapes about the product, and you really have all the data showing you how we work to really obtain these results and this information, showing you which are the color you have to bet and which color are going, for example, here down, or which are the shape you have to invest for your next collection based on what is there in the present, but crossing, of course, all this information with all the data we have at our disposal in our platform. So this is just some few examples, but you have, of course, all the forecasting about the lingerie, about all the different category. And for example, here I can show you how we analyze fashion show with a very objective and analytic tool that really is showing the number of look. Why we say that midi skirts is important, it's a big trend for next year, because it's a stable trend that has been present in more than 18 and 40 look in the season, and this is the evolution of the trend is in the latest 3 season. So that's really why you can rely on our information, because we really have this technology that can analyze all those images and give us this objective information, and we're not based on our intuition, but we really base all our decision on concrete information. And you can see, for example, all this data, where all this data coming from. For example, here it's the analytic. So for example, here we have some brands, but you can have your own competitor. It's you deciding which brand you want to see, and the tool is analyzing and monitoring for you all the information that you need about the assortment. So seeing which is the proportion. You can filter by brand, you can filter by product, you can even see the category and the subcategory. You can see the images behind of course the data, because it's important to see the product. And so you can go to the third tool, that is retail search, where you can see all the product behind the data, but also using this retail search as, of course, a tool to, for example, search what you're looking for. So maybe a color, a pattern, and then you can have all the different images with all the prices if they have discounts. So you can really also see the product on the website, or so you can see all the other details. Or for example, you can select what you want to download, so you can keep it on your computer. And of course, you can go on with the analysis and, for example, see the prices, because it's very important to see, for example, your brand compared to the other brand, how there are different stretching of prices. Or you can analyze a specific category, for example, and see how the graph react. You can select, of course, a specific product. You can select a specific price range, for example, and see what's the average original price, what's the price today, where are the discounts, and also all the macro structure of price, analyzing the maximum price, the minimum price, the average price. And of course, you can download all the information in CSV, in Excel, or save the image of the graph, because maybe you need it for your presentation. So it's very helpful, because you have all information in one glance. You can also see the evolution. In this case, it's prices, but you can also see the evolution of the product to see how they evolve during the season. So of course, for each client is different, because each client has got his own competitor to monitor and his own market. So all this data is up to date twice a week, so you can have all the information. And of course, for example, here it's color. You have also, a calendar where you can choose, for example, okay, here it's the latest 14 days, but I want to see the latest 19 days, or I want to go back to last year and analyze this data. So you are choosing which range you are looking. And then you can, of course, also select your collection, your category, and then drill down all this information by brand or by category, or to see, as I said, the evolution. And so as you can see, we can analyze pattern, we can analyze fabric, we can analyze composition. That is very important, because you can cross it with prices, and of course all the detail about the detailed styles and the trims. So you can understand if at the moment it's better to push on the forefront the animal print or the check print. So This is really useful for all the merchandiser that are from the e-commerce, but even for the one that are, of course, trying to manage the next collection, because we have also other more advanced dashboards. So when you are used to work with the platform, we can even go further with you and pushing you much information and much data to work with. So this is, I think, an overview of what you can get with Livetrend. At last but not least, in all our tools, you have an icon where you can chat with our experts. So when you are in the platform, you can ask for content, or you can ask for specific data for you. You always have an expert answering to you and here to help you to find the right information. So thank you very much. I hope that it is helpful for you, and I stay at your disposal if you need more information about the platform. Thank you very much.